Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the world of BMX in the previous week that I think you might care about. And with that being said, let's get right into the news. The first thing that I want to talk about today is actually a jam that I am hosting. It's going to be on June 2nd, and it's called the Lords Invitational. If you're on my channel and you're only familiar with the videos that I've been uploading recently, I do a video series called Lords where it's on 1/4 pipe, and that's the entire video series. Every single trick is a lip trick on that 1/4 pipe. And recently I started an Instagram for it. It's at Lords, and it's been gaining some traction, and so I decided to start organizing an event where there's only one contest on that one ramp at the skate park, where everything in a certain period of time done on that ramp is going to be filmed and part of the contest for the prizes of best trick, which will be a cash prize, and the cash for that is all coming from the Lords Lips design shirt, whatever's on that page on the Teespring shirt store. Every single penny from that is going towards the cash prize for best trick, as well as possibly some sponsorship prize. I've got a text last night about some cash possibly being thrown in. More info on that later, and on the Facebook event page. There's also going to be prizes for the most tricks and the young shredder. I've been talking about how important the next generation is, so I had to include something in the contest for the younger guys. So with that being said, if you're into lip tricks or just events in general, I'm trying to get BMX behind this one and make it as big as possible. We've already got sponsors. We've got Nowhere BMX, Brimstone Bicycles, Rays, Grindworks BMX, and even Kink BMX involved with this so far, and possibly a few more. So if you want to support it in any way, and if you're a brand, get a hold of me. We can get you on the flyer. We can get you involved. And if you just want to support it and maybe help throw down some cash for the best trick contest, there's tons of products to pick from on the site, which all will go towards the best trick contest cash prize. So that's all the info for the event. There will be a link in the description to both the Facebook event page and the Teespring site with all of the products on it. So if you want to find out more information, links are in the description below, as well as links to everything else that we talk about today. But I also want to talk about why I'm organizing this event, and it's because when events like Swamp Fest and all this stuff go on, everyone talks about how there needs to be more stuff like that in BMX, and as I've said before, there are events going on, they're just not promoted the same way that Swampfest is because they don't have someone like Trey Jones running them. So I'm doing everything that I possibly can to get BMX behind this event so we can give all of the lip trick guys and just anyone who comes out to the event something that they deserve and something that everyone says that we need more of. So even if you don't plan on coming or can't contribute towards the cash prize by buying some type of product, please, if you could, just share the event. Let's spread the word. Let's get BMX behind this one, because a lip trick centered event for all of the lip lords of the world and the recognition that they deserve is long overdue. Like I said, I really want to get BMX behind this one, and the only way to do that is with everybody's help. So thank you guys if you do share this. Now let's get into the other news for this week. The first thing that I want to talk about is sponsor news, and you already all know what I'm going to say. Mark Burnett's Welcome to Subrosa video dropped last week. It's been a while since one of the biggest videos of the week came out just after filming for the previous week's news video, and that's exactly what happened with this one. It dropped last Friday just after I got done filming and editing last week's video. And that's probably why most of you have already seen it, but if you haven't, and even if you have, it's definitely worth checking out. It's exactly what we've come to expect from Mark, and he really threw down to make this Welcome to Subrosa video. And then we also had a Welcome to ECLAT Pro video with Jordan Godwin. This one is packed full of crazy tech grind rail moves, like a double peg grind on a decently high flat rail to hard 540 to fakie out, as well as a double peg grind down a rail to hard 360, and then another opposite feeble grind to 540 out to fakie. This video is full of crazy stuff like that, and the crash at the beginning of the 360 is gotta be one of the worst crashes I've seen in a while. And with that being said, if you don't like blood, that's definitely an introduction that you're gonna want to skip out on. Move into the video a little bit further. Either way though, it's definitely a must watch for this week. And then in contest and jam news, we had the Hot Wheels Junior Series highlights from House Park in Austin, Texas. Last week I talked about how important these events are to BMX because without the next generation, there is no BMX. And if for whatever crazy messed up reason you needed some proof of that, watch this video to the end and watch for the little kid's face whenever they're doing the prizes. This is a perfect representation and exactly why I included a Young Shredder portion in the Lip Lords event that I talked about earlier. I really hope that they have more events like this in the future, and I'm excited to see the next stop of the Hot Wheels Junior Series. Then we had a video from the Autumn Street Jam in Berlin. This is without a doubt the best filmed street jam video that I have ever seen, and maybe even the best filmed BMX video that I've seen in a long time. Being a filmer, camera work is something that you can't help but notice, and the camera work in this video is absolutely phenomenal. The writing in this is great too, and it's always interesting to see how BMX is in different parts of the world. Then from there, we had a highlights video from the ACT Jam 2018 in Australia and a recap of the St. Louis BMX Street Jam. This one has a crazy old guy who's mad and waving a gun around while he's yelling at everybody, and a bunch of dudes riding their bikes around the city of St. Louis, so what more could you ask for? Then we can move into the videos from this week, and the first one that I want to talk about is Josh Delarosa's Bone Death Dirty Sniff section. There is not one clip in this video that isn't something burly. Josh lands off of some of these drops smoother than some people can ride off of curbs, including myself sometimes. Plus, it's only just over a minute and a half long, and it's absolutely worth the watch. And then we had a Band 5 section from a last name that I'm bound to butcher, but I'm going to try my best. It's Tom Molyneux, and for being an entirely street video part, this has to be one of the most diverse video parts that we've seen in a while. He does everything from technical street grinds to giant gaps and even some street sub sprocket tricks in this video. The last clip in here is where the thumbnail that you're seeing comes from, and yes, it's as awesome as it looks. That alone is worth watching the video in my opinion. Then after that, we've got a video from Sebastian Fowler called Coast to Coast to Coast. The concept behind this video is a pretty cool one where Sebastian travels around the entire country looking for a very special and sentimental drum set to him, where he ends up making this entire video. So it's got a huge range of locations and different areas that it was filmed in, to the point where it feels like the journey that he was on just to watch the video, and I think that's pretty cool. And then we've got a Broc Raiford 2018 video from Volume, where the description for the video says that Broc has been hard at work working on different projects, and for one reason or another, all of the clips from this video didn't make it into any of these projects, and they used the word leftovers. And if these clips are leftovers, I cannot wait to see the other projects that he's got that he's working on, because nothing in this video felt like it should have been a leftover in any way whatsoever, and everything was awesome. Broc has to be one of the most dialed riders out there, and after riding with him at Rays this winter, he is definitely as dialed as he looks in his videos. This is definitely one that you're going to enjoy. And then from there, we had a bunch of interview type videos with different pro riders. The first one is a Ride BMX Pro Q&A with Shawn Macintosh. Then we had 4 different videos shot at the Vans Pro Cup in Sydney, Australia from Vital BMX. The first one was Larry Edgar. Then we had Scotty Kramer, Brandon Lupos, and Matt Cordova. I watched all 5 of these videos, and if you're into hearing what riders have to say whatsoever, they are all worth checking out. And like I've been saying for weeks now, it's always awesome to get a look at the personality of riders and see more than just the riding. And like I said last time, as I keep saying it, it keeps happening, so I'm just gonna keep talking about it and how awesome it is. Then from there, we had 2 different behind the scenes videos. The first one is from ECLAT's Socialites video in Austin, Texas. This one is over 40 minutes of behind the scenes video, so if you're into longer videos and you've got some time to kill, I bet that this is worth checking out. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure that it is. Then we had a behind the scenes video that I asked for last week in the behind the scenes of Red Bull's Mirror Park video. It was really interesting to hear that this video project took over a year to get done, and it was awesome seeing more of a behind the scenes look at how they did it and just more of an in-depth look at the project itself. And with that being said, that's all of the videos that I wanted to talk in depth about this week, but as always, there's a few more videos that are worth talking about, so let's list those off right now. The first one is Derek Dorame's Hot Dogs Who Can't Read DVD part from S&M, and then we had a Madera Memo with a Team Skatepark mix, followed by a quick video from my sponsor Nowhere BMX with a Handplant front flip from rider Chuky Covey at the Kachinsky. Then Jeff Wescott's No Quarter video from Mutiny. Then we had some quickie check it out if you care news, which a lot more of you might care about this week because it's a video bike check with Brian Kachinsky. After that, we had some product news in the Shadow Inceptiv V2 fork. This one has a 26mm offset, it's 36 ounces, and it comes in black and chrome for $150 or $162, depending on the color that you pick. Then we had a promo video for Kink's Spring and Summer 2018 apparel, and then a video from Mutant Bikes explaining their spliner crank system. This video shows more of how to install the cranks than it does explain the spliner system itself, but either way, it's still a helpful video for anyone who is buying or might buy this crank system because it's definitely not installed like your typical cranks are. Then the last product for this week is the Odyssey Summit stem. This is a 45mm rise top load stem, which is very interesting because normal top load stems are from 27 to about 35mm in rise. Coming from Odyssey, you know that this stem is going to be high quality, but it's still going to be interesting to see if this much of an increase in rise has an effect on durability. And knowing Odyssey, they've probably tested it thoroughly and shown that it doesn't have an effect, but either way, real world usage is different than testing and only time will tell. And the last thing that I want to talk about this week is another BMX in Our Blood podcast, this time with Trey Jones. I listened to the entire 3 hours and 11 minutes, I think, of this, and every single second was worth it. If you haven't listened to it yet, you've got to check it out and at least listen to part of it. Listen to what Trey has to say about things. He talks about Swamp Fest and all of the money aspects behind it and all of those things that really haven't been talked about yet. So if that's something that you're interested in, or hearing about Trey's video collection or his affinity with mid-school and how it's really just an affinity with the things that he likes from mid-school, it's there, it's worth checking out. Links to that in the description below, as well as everything else that we talked about today. And with that being said, I just wanted to talk about the Lip Lords event one more time. This is an event for everyone, not just people who like to ride lip tricks. That's just the only contest that's going to be going on at this event. If you can make it out, or if you could just share some of the info, I couldn't thank you enough for that. And let's make this one a big one. I know that it's over a month away, but I want to hit it hard and try and get BMX behind this one. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this BMX news video, hit the subscribe button somewhere down there. I try to come out with these videos every Friday at or before 4 p.m. Eastern time, along with tips and tricks videos on Tuesdays when I have them, as well as other types of riding videos throughout the week. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.